Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host, Christopher Multicreationalistical. On this evening edition of Five Liberty, not only is your host, but is your leader, creator being, guiding light, guardian angel of light, master being, and planetary leader for this planet, for this solar system, and for this sector, and for this galaxy. And of course, my multi-universal creators of expansion, for example, of course. One of the things I just want to go straight into is just, kind of one of the key things that definitely came into mind, which is, something that's very, special, is the entrance, that sort of entrance into that realm. So we enter into that realm of creational matrix ability. And maybe matrix is not a good word, so I'll use a different one. Entering into a realm of creational ability, of creational understanding of just that higher vibration of light, building, making, and creating. So that is a realm of literal constant motion, which of course, constant motion is perfection. Is the saying of how certain things go. Of course, as being not only building an advanced civilization, but of course anchoring that light and then building from there. I'm stating, which is truly amazing because I know, and when I say I know, I progress into advanced building steps, and what I mean to say is, we're advanced civilization, so thinking just kind of common sense really quickly is we're advanced civilization now, going from a type 2000 civilization, we're plus 2000 civilization plus, but now from a type, now we are a type 2569 civilization, and of course that type of civilization, and civilization plurals, has the multifaceted activity and ability to bond, to unite, to create, and to meld, and to make, and to develop, and to ascend its own sort of creationalistical sphere of development, understanding, bondage, and ultimately, incredibly transcended intelligence, spiritual understanding, and ascendability in those realms. Of course, one of the things I'd also want to sort of give back into, not necessarily give back, but kind of anchor once again, which is one of the multifaceted aspects of auric, light, energy, light, which of course shall be revealed, and is revealed, in many of our sciences and quantum energies, and of course, there's the understanding of energies, and of course, something I've been saying for a long time is sonic energies. And I say sonic energies can heal, and there are technologies that do exist that have sonic healing abilities. And of course, I said, actually I don't think I mentioned this, but the patents. Actually, I probably have mentioned this. The patents are. The quote is, this is an important part of revealing, but, some of these patents are illegally patented, or, once again, it's got to be out of the open. So when you have, something that, so it's, it is my job to, to sort of make this technology, but it's not my job to make this technology. What I mean to say is, I do not want to, and don't get me wrong when I say this, I don't want to focus on something that I already know will lead into the next thing. So, I know what to focus on, building so, let's be realistic, let's anchor this, and then, this can be made. And, I'm talking about ultra fast speed, so how fast is this being made? So let's think about it this way. So one chamber, one made thing that's already ready, for example, is this thing. Now, it is a house, a building, or what we call a house, a building is what we put words together and forms that thing. So you got a setting where it has several. Let's just do several healing devices. So we got full body sonic healing, we got full body holographic rejuvenation device, and we got crystal healing chamber, crystal meditatable sized crystal human or crystal grid or crystal pyramid. We got golden ratio, golden rectangle with crystal lights, chakra things in expansion. Okay, so we got those, and that's advanced healing chamber thought form. Now that thought form can be made, for example, from one of the things that I really like from space, which is one thing that can be done in physical, which it's kind of, I think I like to, it has so many applications, but for example, building of space modules, structures, chambers, and then that's also isn't my idea. I don't care who gets the credit, whatever. It's just for the purpose of development, and I mean that in a positive way. So you take this chamber and then you build it up in space, and then you anchor it down onto the ground, and then bam, it's there, ready to go, super solid. Bam, one structure. So you have like whatever it's called, an analogy, Titanfall. Instead of using the W words, and it's easy, because you just kind of, it's a benevolence factor. I'm not going to explain the benevolence factor, but once again, it's a type of co-creational expansion. Of course, it's also a type of creationalistical aspect of divinity in motion. And so, not getting too off course into the types of aspects of what is the basis of a Type 1000 civilization. That's a very, very, very simplified aspect of Type 1000 civilization, because think about it. Okay, so anyway, the massive amount of energy that is required to build those types of creationalistical realms, and of course the embodiments of the bodies, of course, is the embodiment of the body force of force, nature making force, nature force. Really, really, really long equation, but it makes perfect sense. But it's what we put together with the words that we understand of what this thing is, this language of what we do with this thing. This is, this thing, this is. Once again, the subtleties, once again, are very, very important. Of course, the type of, let's explain a little bit more about the type of sonics and how I would say, the, excuse me, I would say the, can be like some of the frequencies, or just some of the ways it can be developed, which is cool. It's sort of not only a form of creational expansion, but a sort of unique way of how we can go, flow, and motion into a sort of movement. So, or that's what I mean to say is a sort of unique, co-creative development expansion for the process. So here's, I'm currently putting an ant on a plant right now. It's amazing how we do this. It's like that's what we do. We build stuff. That is so weird, dude. I literally have the building blocks of life, like in my hand, and I'm more focused on the. There we go. Okay, so What another great analogy? We have a. It's not like it's not possible, but no, we still do it anyway. Doing unique co-creative expansions with unique stuff that we do. So, and it's just like it's amazing. So, it's actually amazing because I thought about it in the form of making elements, because you can change the temperature. You modify the temperature and you modify the phonon resonance, and then you can change the element. The number of atoms. You change the element. You can was previously alchemy, all that stuff. I'm trying to be as frank as possible with these explanations. So, but this can also be done with, or let's just be realistic. This is what the course of the Earth, of the universe is in, and the universe has a course, and the planets have a course. So, so planets have a song, have a song. Okay, and it has a vibration, and it can be felt, sung, heard. It has a vibration, so to speak. So this vibration is along with the chorus of the... And so previously, and I mean previously because without a doubt, I know. Well, I say I know, but I definitely believe, and I say I believe, but I definitely think, and these are, also, creational actions and developments and motions. It's kind of what I do. Anyway, not going into all the specifics. Regardless, it's a unique type of co-creative expansion with limitlessness attached to, not necessarily like limitlessness is attached to something else, such as, what's a good example? Just abundance. Like limitlessness is attached to abundance. Either way, it's always, it's a very, very positive view. So anyway, which also kind of gives perspective. We have resonance. Planets have resonance. Planets have their song. They have a note. They have their tune, and it's not just one note or one tune or something like that. So that's how, because I know that planets. And solar systems in general, and just traveling through the galaxy, traveling through the universe, you will hear the chorus. You'll hear the chorus of the stars and planets, and you'll hear, and they have their own unique, and you can, it's a sonic frequency, it's a sonic song, it's a sonic tune, it's a musical vibration, it's a celestial orchestra. I say this is a really weird way to phrase it, but we're going to discover how the sun's energy really is formed and really is. And I combine that, of course, with crystal vibrations, because I know that there are crystal gardens that are existing within and on our sun, on the sun. And so that plays a huge part in things that are going on, because and that's what's so magnificent about what these discoveries are occurring with our DNA interactions. And I'm being really broad on a really large subject, but what I mean to say is, you got, so I got to start with a hypothetical, and then of course I'll go with a realistic example, and then I'll try and resonate with what I think can be happening and try to anchor that light a little bit more. So here's what I mean, or here's something that's going on. So you got crystal gardens, and those are energies. So You got frequency. Okay, you got crystal energies, and you have the oscillations of that vibratory frequency, and it creates energy, and it creates light, and it creates light. It creates light. So you got light making source that self-running. So you got basically, let's be realistic, a garden. So you got like one. Okay, let's be realistic. 100 square mile by 100 square, just 100 square miles, 100 miles squared of crystal gardens, and that has a resonance, and that shoots energy. And now that energy can go out as a lance, okay? Like say a lance, or like a solar flare. So that solar flare goes out as this light energy thing. So this is like a flick of wisdom and learning, okay? Because now we understand that our DNA frequency vibrates, and that it has a resonance in ourselves. We vibrate, and we therefore have our own have our own way to develop into light. And that's why I say light beings, and that's why I kind of start with saying light being. And that's why I say, we are the light beings that are light, that are carbon still. So that's what's so fascinating, is because we are aware. And that's why this is so incredible, because and that's what I said in this broadcast, we are light beings. We are the crystalline beings that are aware that we're crystalline beings in our carbon form. That's amazing. So, and that's no understatement. It's absolutely true, and we would totally recognize it builds up to this, which is a very good thing. And who's we? Anyway, well, okay, let's. I would even go so far as to mention, even of course our Earth brethren are aware of this crystal. We're all aware of this type of ascension building excitement thing, because, this ascension is not only, of course, it's very exciting for the universe. It's exciting for us. Everybody, everything, all that is. And I'm just, once again, just speaking word of mouth the truth. As in, we do feel shifts occurring. We do feel things going on, and we feel stuff is changing. So, lots of good things are happening. Lots of developments occurring. Love, and lots of creational expansions of kind of crystallizations of a sort of creationalistical understanding of abundance. And of course, we're very unique beings of light. And that's a huge deal. So just wanted to help get that a little bit. So let's go into developments of time. Because what's the cool thing is we can build the stuff that we need to make our nest. Let's put it another way. We can build our own ascension. Let's put it another way. We can accelerate our own self-creation. Let's put it another way. There's multiple ways, and no matter what way we kind of develop, what I mean to say is, so here's the thing about, vibrational technology. We can make technology to not only heal us, but of course to heal us better. What I mean by that is we heal our bodies with the understanding of life force in the food, life force ingesting in us, and then increasing light quotient from what we eat, and increasing light quotient from meditation, which can be enhanced, of course, and of course enhancement through technology combined with spiritual awareness and unity, because of course it is important and just kind of good to do as a planet, or just planetarily we are on that consciousness. And I mean, regardless, there's a lot of high vibrations that are involved, so it's like, so I guess the specifics of technology could go into, and actually kind of will go into, sort of vibrancy of an organic material that's alive, beings, we're alive, we're living, and we play that bioluminescence in our lives. So we see that right now, how the planet already has a biological shift, and actually how we see this shift more as which is actually true. And then let me explain a little bit more differently this way. We see the planet is living, and the planet moves people through people. The planet moves people, right? Also, the planet is intelligent, which is kind of the same thing. So the thing is, we can now, sort of anchor those high vibration realities. For example, from the galactic central sun, Alcyone, I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it, and from our sun, I mentioned that before, number 3, and then we do 333. Because 9 suns around one. Anyway, and we ascend. So, what else do I mean? The that vibratory frequency. So the analogy, let's just do the entire planet. I want to do the solar system example, but let's start a bit smaller, just for because let's do northern and southern hemisphere, or northern and southern hemisphere. So we got people that live, and I don't like dividing, of course, but once again, that's anyway, I just wanted to throw that in there, I guess. Anyway, so 2 halves. The people move. So bear with me when I explain this sort of thing. It's like we don't. The planet moves intelligence where it wants intelligence to be. The planet moves intelligence, from northern hemisphere, and we have a mesh of northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. The what can be, perceived. Bear with me. What can be perceived as clashes, or as stuff that's rubbing, or fault lines rubbing together, and kind of increase in magma movement, for example, is intelligence moving making movement, changing direction, and moving where it needs to go. It's an actual intelligence that's, we have intelligence that's moving things out and about, and there's, a sort of synchronicity that is happening between these different beings meeting together. So it's a benevolent thing, it's a benevolent factor, of course, and this sort of energy is an energy of energy, super energy. That's a part of a bigger energy. What does that mean? So we got, this is of course a very, very interesting thing I'm about to delve into, but we got multiple planets multiple beings in our solar system that are heavily involved in ascension, we could say. So now we got multiple sectors involved in this sector's ascension, and therefore many, many parts of the galaxy and pretty much the entire galaxy involved in ascension of this ascension part and interaction of what we can do to ascend. And I mean this, positively, and of course highest vibration that can be made, and etc. So I say the word we a lot. We are, for example, individual. Well, let's go to the DNA, because that kind of explains it a little bit better. DNA has an evanescent attitude, per se. Ooh, that's a good phrase. That builds readiness. So wow, I just had a huge epiphany. We build multifaceted understandings of what can be imbued with super light. And so we have our light energy. I'm going to try and embody it this way, or like kind of crystallize it this way. Wow. You have energy light, and then you make it. That was very vague. So we are light beings. We interact with the cosmic lattice, and we have the ability to pull energy towards us and manifest our energetic part signature onto that energy, and then we can use that energy to develop something like a planet, and then we use some intelligence to communicate ourselves with ourselves. So what I kind of try to explain is, I kind of do like this analogy, and I'm going to be more wisdom about it, more wise. Anyway, what I mean to say is, I'm going to be more wisdom about it. I'm going to be more wiser and gain more, of course, memory per se, more intuition, more instinct. Develop my current instinct and develop into more instinct. Be that already perfect embodiment of what I am to be that which I am. So let's do the seven sisters. Is like of the Pleiades, that seven daughters. I need to double check that really. Anyway, so the seven sisters that anchored seeds upon this planet, and then that sort of huge benevolence growth that develops into limitlessness recognition of awareness. What I mean by that is we have so much in our DNA we have an ever expansive sort of unlocking mechanism. I'm using many different analogies. There's so much we can do, so much things we have ability to, and of course, without a doubt, there are masters. We are masters. There are masters that suited us. They're, of course, intelligent, of course, per se. I do like that phrase, we're not here. We're not in this alone, we're not here alone, and we're not alone. There's so much epicness that's going on, which is, of course, worth celebration. I personally do think that I should... I'm going to go into a tangent about me, but it's kind of not really about me, but at the same time it is about me, because, we do have, we are creative, we have an expansive potential that we need to utilize, meaning, I do think it is important to, be happy and have that high energy. However, is it kind of realistic to do that all the time? I tried that, for a month period of time, and, it's not about, I'm not making an excuse saying, I tried that, being super happy, and then, it was actually, 3 months, super high energy, and then it's super awesome, dude. We ascend and grow and grow and grow and continue to grow. So, what I was going into is just, being happy, because, we are present. We are in the present moment of our understanding of our sort of cosmic wisdom. And we can go more into that. That's what I wanted to start off, why I started off with this realm of, we can enter into a realm where we can just sort of have that newness, and we can re-graduate, because, it's still awakening memory in TNA, and, can still be a part of that, so. This is your host, Chris from Multicreationalistical, in the Zero Edition. My fire of liberty, as an anchor of light, being of light, creative being, and being of light and love. Guardian angel, guardian of light, light, creator being, crystal being, ambassador for planet Earth, ambassador for the solar system, ambassador for the galaxy, creator of multi-universes, and creator of multi-creationalistical aspects of the self, and leader, planetary leader for awesomeness, planetary leader for peace, prosperity, abundance, and the building, and of course the animation and the essence of heaven on earth, heaven essence, but heaven on earth, and essence, and productability, and just lovability, and it's going to increase, it's going to get faster, it's going to get better. I'm telling you, it's a vibrational change, frequency, development, manifestation, movement. This is your host, Chris from Multicreationalistical, and this is the edition of Fire of Liberty. I love you all.